the rail and the red armor, the other playing getting the mega health and the yellow armor.
Bro, Demon's got onto the rail. He's got all the items he really needs, and he wants this red armor quite urgently. And Masterbeast taking the top route though, but I think he's going to be a little bit slow. Does land a rail.
Yeah, but now I don't think he's in a very good position to push Demon off of this mega. Demon is kind of stuck in the shards corridor though, and decided not to push for the mega at all. Does pick up the yellow, but Masterbeast heard that.
I think Demon's basically working not to give away the first frag. I think Demon's going to be very defensive, and he's really going to be planning his exit routes carefully. Because I don't think he's going to be, he's not going to be the one pushing for that frag immediately. And he does get a rail, important rail, hits another actually, and Demon might start thinking that he's in a good enough position to be aggressive. And he wants this next mega health, so Demon feels like he's confident enough after those two rails that he's in control. But I still don't think he's going to be the one to initiate the aggression.
Alright, I just actually received PM in QUAKELIVE from Rafa who says that the sound is echoing. I don't see any reason why it should, because I'm not, I don't have the stream open or anything, so...
Very weird.
Actually, can you keep an eye on the chat on the CSN channel, do you think?
Yeah, certainly.
It seems to be status quo on this map. Masterbeast actually playing defensive. Demon has the upper hand and hits a really nice rail, taking Masterbeast down to about 27 health. And he's very early for this yellow. This yellow is a pretty risky position. Demon pushing in very aggressively, takes a load of shaft, but finally finds a frag with a railgun. And he's actually got a decent stack off of the frag as well, so... Oh my god, Masterbeast just walking into a rocket spam. I have no idea how that happened. And that leaves Demon in an extremely strong position. He's got 200 armor, he's picked up the mega health as well. So Masterbeast needing to just stay out of Demon's way as long as he can. And as we mentioned, this is one of those maps where running away is not really a viable option. I mean, the map kind of looks big, but in terms of, where you can go while hiding from your enemy, it's not really that big.
Yeah, it's just few rooms, but they're big, so you can quite easily see your opponent miles away. And I think the sound is still choppy. I'm not sure. I can't really tell if it is just me or not. Which is kind of annoying.
That's sort of strange.
So
trying to imagine why.
No, maybe they don't like America. People in America casting as people in Europe. Hopefully not.
So apparently it's your voice that's echoing, not mine, which isn't surprising because it's just taking my voice directly from the microphone and yours from the sound card. So. And I have had that happen in the past.
Oh, maybe restart the stream after this game or something.
Yeah, I think we'll do that. But anyway, Demon has a 3 frag advantage on DM6, and he's got the stacks as well. He's sitting on 150 armor, 150 health, 100 armor. And Masterbeast in the last about 2 minutes or so, he's just been reduced with playing the yellows and trying to stay out of Demon's way. And Demon just...
Wow.
He's actually just conceded the mega health to Masterbeast, but I think he just did enough damage that mega health is actually not going to play in, Masterbeast's favor in terms of returning the stacks back to an even kill.
Have you seen Demon's rail accuracy?
He's hitting on 64, yeah.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all for 90 ping. That wouldn't be bad for 30 ping, let alone 90. Oh my god, he's just hitting another one, just came straight up the jump pad and, pinpoint shot.
And he's got that control on the mega. I mean, I'm really surprised. Now I'm kind of thinking, did Demon pick this map? I have no idea. Surely you can't have. But, he would have played a lot in other game types.
5-minute warning.
He's weak,
Might be interesting to get him on the stream and ask him, why did you pick DM6?
Oh, I don't think Demon would dare to come on stream. He's far too shy for that.
He's actually given his armor stack up, but you know, he's hitting some rails. I think that should keep Must be weak as well. And the red and the mega are coming in at the same time. Oh, wow, what? What just happened?
Demon it didn't look even phased by it. It was just like, alright, I'll continue with my game there. I think Master V
I'm still wondering, did he drop down and try to rocket Demon and then just walk into his own rocket?
I think he saw that Demon wasn't going to go for red armor, and he was like, crap, my plan's been foiled.
That was the funniest death ever. I'm telling you, man, it's a disease for this tournament. People are finding weird ways of getting into the negatives.
It's not even their fault.
So interesting.
Demon just realising that he's actually a little bit late for that mega health. He's going to get in on red, and that's going to be okay for him. Now, 8 frags left. I mean, what are you thinking of Master V's chances here?
To be honest, if Demon just keeps hitting these rails, I really don't think much of Master B's chances of coming back.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough for him.
And you know, even if he picks up this red, Demon's going to be easily able to fall back with the mega health. And there's just no way that Master B can do any damage in that. And I don't think he can even challenge for the yellow. Well, he might be able to find it now because he's just rocket jumped up to the rocket. And he's just hesitating. He's just wanting Demon to go up that jump pad so he can do some damage on it. Demon doesn't fall for that trap. And look at that, he's just hitting all these distance rails. So it's, you know, Master B is going to find it very, very difficult to close with, you know, Demon.
Negative again. What? There is something about this negative. And Master B goes out the bounce pad already, giving that frag to Demon, and yeah, Master B calls GG, and he is going to forfeit. So that is going to be it for that game. Do you want to restart your stream quickly?
Yes, in fact, I do. And I'm going to do that right now.
Smashing.
Oops. Here we go. And I'm going to just take it down and bring it right back up. Hopefully that will fix the sound issue.
Awesome.
Alright, the stream is back up. Guys, just let me know if the sound is still screwed up. And we're going to find another game for you guys. So Demon going through, who's he going to be playing next? Is it Rafa?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's have a look. No, not yet. He's going up against Unreason.
I have no idea who that is.
Nor do I. Does anyone know if that's good? We could go over to see the Oriana game if that's still going on.
Yes, indeed. So let's see if we can find that game. I see Aoki versus Julio's. I think that game might be done. Unless it's on a private server. No, it doesn't look to be, so I think that game is done.
Oh, really? Let's...
So let's see if I can find the brackets again.
Yeah, Oki and Julius are playing.
I don't think that's a tournament game, so...
Yeah, no. True. Rafa versus Deadly Noob.
This noob is deadly. Actually, I've played with Deadly Noob before. He's actually a decent guy.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I guess we're mostly through to the third round in the tournament, and I think the games that I'm mostly interested in is Rafa's game, Demon's game, and then Ray and Cord. Those are the 4 players that I'm interested to see how they're going to do.
I mean, if Demon's getting to the quarterfinals already, well, let's see if he manages to get another server straight away. 'Cause he had problems getting one before.
Yeah, it looked like QUAKELIVE is having some issues with the New York servers, right?
Yeah.
But that was on a New York server, and I guess maybe they're back up again.
Yeah, I presume so. Demon says he's going to get in touch with his opponent. which is good news. Apparently
So
I'm
let's.
not a robot anymore, which is also good news.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I guess it's something that happened when I was changing from the game source to the screen capture. Although that really shouldn't affect sound because that just affects the graphics that are output into the stream.
Mm.
You never know what's happening in the background, the magic that XSplit does to put it out on the internet.
It's fairy dust.
Never know, man. So what do you figure of Reben's chances of let's say when he goes up against Rafa, because he is on Rafa's side of the bracket. If he wins the next game,
I don't know. I think he could surprise Rafa, but I don't. The only thing I can imagine happening is just Rafa not ready for this not ready for that kind of challenge. I think. I still think Rafa will win, but Demon could surprise him, and it could be the type of thing where the first map Demon goes ahead by 4 or 5 frags, and then Rafa goes, "Oh, okay, I'll change things around," and then things will proceed from there. That's kind of best case scenario for Demon, quite possibly, but never know. Could be an upset.
yeah, I kind of agree. The thing with Quake Live is that it's always, if you have a weaker player, and Demon is, I think even on even pings, you'd consider him a weaker player compared to Rafa. Quite often, the best thing that can happen for you is you get a good start, which gets you some momentum, and you can get 3 or 4 frags together. And on some of these maps, that's sometimes enough.
Yeah.
But outright, I really don't think he can challenge Rafa. He'll need things to go his way a lot. He'll need a lot of luck because Rafa is, once again, he's a very positional player. So he's one of those players who is sort of proof against a variety of styles. So it's very easy. I mean, it's very hard for you to sort of surprise him.
This is true.
And then also, I think Rafa's character just he doesn't get phased by much. He remains calm. He knows what sort of decisions he needs to make. He adapts very fast to different sort of styles from opponents. So, yeah, it's going to be tough for him for Demon to go up against Rafa.
Yeah. Apparently, it's the same server, by the way.
Oh wow.
I think. I don't even think the server's up still, or is it? I don't know, I'll follow Demon, but it looks like he's coming in already. I'm actually going to check QL ranks quickly and see what Unreason is like. Wait.
Well, maybe, yeah. I don't know if we have people on stream who've actually not played Quake Live. If you haven't, you should definitely try it out. It's actually free to play. QuakeLive.com. Just download the plugin, download some materials in terms of maps and stuff, and you're good to go. And QLranks.com is a community project. Do you know who's behind it? Like, who's the designer? I don't remember the name.
It's Cyrax and SZR who did it. Cyrax is the main coder, though, for the program. So he's
right, and they decided to design an ELO-based system. I mean, if you're familiar with, for instance, rankings in chess, they use the ELO-based rating system, which essentially awards you a certain number of points based on your wins against opponents, and then you sort of rank people based on the number of points you have.
Yeah.
And QL Ranks, it's a nice website. It's got a nice interface. You can go look at different players and find out what their ELO rating is currently. And
if you have QL Prism, see it on there as well.
Right. So, if you're playing Quake Live, definitely you should look into getting QL Prism as well, which is, what do you call it? It's like a modification for Firefox, right?
Yeah, it's like a plugin for Firefox, but it's on its own browser, so you don't need to load it in a separate tab of Firefox. You can't.
Right. So you wouldn't need to load up Firefox to play Quake Live. You just make a shortcut for QL Prism, and then that loads up everything. It's even. I mean, the one thing it has that really interests me is that it's got this list of Quake Live streams, which are active. So if you're interested in following Quake Live streams, Quake Live Action, leveluptv, all those other streams, including CSN, I think is on there. If you load QL Prism, it'll tell you that these streams are live right now.
Or go straight to liveql.com as well, because that's where all the streams are for Quake.
Right. What was this player's name again?
Pardon?
What was the player's name again? The guy who's playing Demon next?
Isn't it Unreason? Unreason?
Unreason, okay.
Yeah.
No, I just had kill ranks up, so I was just gonna jump in and show people what it looks like.
Yeah, do it, but I don't think that's his actual tag, Unreasons, unless he's a Swiss person.
Right.
Or I don't know how it works if he changes his flag or anything. I'm not sure. Maybe it is his tag.
Yeah, but you know, you can look at his opponents. Well, yeah, it does look like he's playing against Americans, right?
Yeah.
Unless
sure.
they're all using different
Fake
flags.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Surely can't.
It always throws me off because I go on killranks.com and they have this thing where it lists the people who are top in your country.
Yeah.
So you look at the U.S. players and I see names there that I'm not familiar with, and I'm like, who are these guys? And I go in and they're like Europeans or like Ukrainians and stuff playing each other, like Russians just pretending to be American with the flag.
Have you seen how massive the Russian community is?
No, I actually haven't.
Yeah, they've got so many players. I think they're the biggest active country in the world for QUAKELIVE. Bigger than all of Europe combined, I think.
And I bet they're all playing ZTN like all the time. We must only play Blood Run.
Yeah, ZTN is the #1 map, then DM13, and
wow, shocker!
That's it. It's just those two. Actually,
Vodka and ZTN.
Actually, I won't pretend I can speak Russian. I can't.
I bet we can get Shitty on and he'll be like doing Russian accent.
Oh, by the way, I am on a server and it's the same password as before.
Hopefully I remember the password. Rafa's actually playing Deadly Noob.
Right now.
Wait, do I remember the password? Let's see. There you go.
It's the most recent one.
Yeah, I just quickly checked on IRC. Oh no! I forgot to change my config to accommodate the fact that I'm now streaming from screen capture. For any of you who are wondering, you know, it is not actually that difficult to stream QUAKELIVE. It's just me being a complete idiot. So, apologies for that.
Don't be so harsh on yourself.
You know, I go through this phase. You know, it's been a while since I streamed actively, so I go through this phase of learning things all over again, discovering the wheel. All right, so Unreason versus Demon is going to be our next game. I think this is a quarterfinals, right?
Yes, that's correct. I was just
So I believe if Demon wins this, he is going to be going up against Rafa, assuming Rafa wins this game, which is pretty much a no-brainer.
Yeah. Sometimes it isn't fair to assume, but no, let's just assume on this case.
Yeah. And Demon, as we noticed, this is the same server, so he's pinging about 90s, spiking a little bit to 100 now and again. Unreason, although he's wearing the Swiss flag, he has 45 pings, so he's clearly somewhere on the eastern seaboard or maybe in the Midwest of the United States.
It's alright ping for Unreason. Definitely not Swiss.
And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I've seen this person around. Certainly not in tournaments. But then again, as I was mentioning to Zoot earlier, you know, American players tend to sort of gather in cliques. So you could have like someone you've never heard of who's actually quite good.
Yeah.
Simply because he doesn't play with everyone else.
I'm curious to see what Unreason's gonna be like. I really have no idea what he's gonna bring to the table. To be honest, I don't even know what Demon's gonna bring to the table. I'm gonna ask what the second map is gonna be. So DM6 again.
The DM6 and ZTN, and correct me if I'm wrong, we have not seen Tourney 4 or DM13 yet in the tournament.
No, we haven't. I'm not really a big fan of T4 that much, but I quite like DM13. I'm quite a fan of DM13.
Let me put it this way, I like watching both of those maps. I absolutely detest playing them.
Yeah, it's taken me a long time to get used to playing DM13. basically because I just get owned every time I play it, but I'm starting to get the hang of it. And looks like we are going live. This is a map number 1, Demon vs Unreason in the quarterfinals of the CSN Cup. Who should we follow first?
I am actually on Demon, who gets the upper yellow spawn. He should be able to make his way to the red armor as well. And it looks like, wow, I'm really surprised that Unreason is actually pushing in very actively. Didn't manage to do much damage, and Demon actually ended up hitting a flick rail as well, so a minor advantage, I would say, to Demon, especially since that rail probably took off most of the mega health from Unreason.
Yeah, I think Unreason's going to have a hard time challenging for the next
Oh,
red.
wow.
Oh my god, 2
He's
rails
actually,
there.
Yeah, that was really surprising. Demon caught by surprise. You know, the first rail was okay. Demon wasn't looking in that direction, but the second rail was just killer.
Yeah.
But even so, Demon actually has the superior stack, and Unreason is going to be forced to play defense for a while.
Definitely. I mean, it was
did he land that rail?
No. There was,
okay, he messed with it.
It was just a rocket jump that made him make it look like Demon got hurt. But it was very
And
close.
Demon's set himself up in good position for the red. Oh, wow. So sort of a little bit of weird angle for that rocket jump. He almost missed it, but it looks like Unreason has just decided, you know what, I'm going to concede most of the major items. I'm just going to try and snipe you with the rail.
Oh, did you see that?
That was a good decision from Demon there, knowing that Unreason was pretty weak.
He knew he wanted the 50
Expecting
health level. It's just that 50 health level. Demon's like, you definitely want this, and this is going to be a frag for
And this
Demon.
is frag.
No way, he's going to get away.
Wow! How did he survive?
He's going to chase, but I don't think he can make it. Oh, he is making it away.
What does he have, like 15 health? Especially, he actually has a reasonably good amount of health. How did he manage that?
I have absolutely no idea. I'm gobsmacked by what's just happened.
I can understand the armor because he might have picked up the upper yellow, but I really don't know how he had that much health.
Yeah, it really felt like Demon did a lot more damage then. But
you know what I think it was? I think it was just Quake 5 sort of misrepresenting the LG hits from Demon.
oh, but that's definitely a frag. Yeah.
Catching him, rocket jumping for the red, and just finishing him off from the LG.
Yeah, Unreason was really desperate to get in on that red armor. Demon's just like.
And Unreason is. I think Unreason is going to be in a little bit of trouble because he does not have the railgun off the spawn. And you remember when he was out of control, the railgun was what he was using to do a lot of damage onto Demon.
This is true, yeah.
And without the railgun, he's not going to be able to maintain the distance he needs to stay out of Demon's way and do damage at the same time.
Yeah, look at Demon though, so stacked. He seems pretty chilled now. But it's only one frag. I forget though. It's just a 1-0. And Unreason's kind of been on the run for a while. He's doing quite a lot of damage. Demon's gonna have to back off now. Yeah, oh, the rail.
Yeah, that was a pretty bold decision from Demon there, deciding to leave that red up. Well, I guess it was not that bold because I don't think he had the rocket to rocket jump up to the red. Did Unreason, so.
And Demon back up to may as well do 200-200 there. He's going to try and chase Unreason.
Oh my god.
They are nice little shots that he's landing here. And whoa.
You missed the rocket jump.
So does
oh my
Demon.
god.
That's actually going to work out for Demon though, I think. Oh! He's trying to do a little bit of impro there with his style of play. The Demon getting away quite healthily there. Got the mega. And I like Demon's timing. I mean, I don't know, if from the players he's played against, he really seems like he's got a much tighter grip on when the items are spawning. And he's always sure to do damage. He's not really neglected any item yet. And I really think
yeah, I mean, he's certainly a strong showing from Demon in terms of, positioning and timing. The one thing he's got to be careful, though, is, you can't really count the missed rocket jump as a mistake, but he's got to be careful in terms of, like, Unreason so far has played very defensive, but if he does make a mistake, does Demon, things might be very different when Unreason is in control, so
yeah.
He really doesn't want to give up the lead with only 2 frag advantage.
For sure. We've still got more than half the game to see now. I really want to see what it's like with Unreason in control, and there's been some times when it's been very close, and see there, Demon really struggling with the LG. But he switches away to get frag or something else, and Unreason is going to get away though. Demon might trap him here. Unreason's going to be careful, and actually Demon's giving him a lot of respect there and backs off.
I think he decided to back away because he had low ammo on both the rockets and the LG.
Of course. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
5-minute warning.
Yeah.
And that might leave him in a position for the red. He catches Unreason off guard. Oh, so wow.
Just
That would have been tragic if he did not find a frag just because of his LG on this thing, because that would have been, you know, catching someone with their pants down, almost literally, and then not finding a frag. That would have been ridiculous.
But it would have been quite a fail. A demo that Demon would laugh at. Nice rail though by Unreason. That was really pretty sick. And again.
Oh, another one! Wow.
And Demon's like, okay, I better get the other 25 health bubble. This is hurting. Oh, that would have been a frag. And can Unreason make it? Here, there it is. And he's got the mega health. He needs a rocket.
And now comes the interesting part. He's got plenty of time. He's got 4.5 minutes left. He's only got 3 frags to make up. And this is what I said. You know, now Demon needs to play a completely different game. Let's see how good Unreason is. You know, being on the aggressive.
He's trying to bait.
Having said
Demon
that,
in.
you know,
and Demon's trying to bait Unreason in.
mind games going on here. And nothing much came out of it except Unreason just picking up the red and nobody doing any more damage.
Yeah,
and you can see
Demon did back off there. And Unreason's stacked now. So
the problem for Demon is, you know, he cannot run away for long. Too much time left on the map, especially with the sort of stack that Unreason has, and as weak as a Demon is, he takes a couple of rails, it's just going to be over. And then this is one of those maps where if you get the kill in the right place, for instance, if he kills Demon at the mega health, you can get some really bad spawns. And, you know, that advantage could vanish in like 20 seconds.
Yeah, that could cripple Demon. I think that's what Demon's been trying to be careful about. Oh, I don't think a rail connected there. But,
no, I don't think either rail connected, and Unreason just delaying the mega a little bit, and he's going to be hesitant to go for the red. He might even just rocket jump up, because that might be a good decision. He decided not to.
Careful of the plasma. He had on the rail though.
Good rail.
I like the rocket jump he did there. He did take a rail shot. Demon doing some crazy stuff. Oh my god, he's out of ammo. Oh, this could have been tragic for Unreason.
Man, that was strange to say the least.
Yeah, agreed. Oh, and Unreason didn't really get the clean kill that he needed there. And Demon just having got on there, the shotgun's crippling him. He's gonna back off.
Yeah, really lucky for Demon actually, because he picked up the mega health as well. That's why he survived the 2 rails. And now he might work his way into the red as well. Both players relatively weak. And a couple of rails. Oh, Demon hits the important rail. He might even find the frag.
Oh.
There you go. Nice rail work from Demon coming in.
Unreason should have had the LG out though when Demon was on the shotgun area. Because I mean, he's really got to think with his ping, he can easily out LG Demon at this you know, stage. So he's really got to play to his advantages, I think. And Demon was lucky in that situation. Nice rail by Demon. Yeah, he's not hitting those 60s that we saw against Master B.
Yeah, but then again, the game has been a little bit different. He's been in control, and Unreason has been the one trying to sneak in rails, and Demon extending his advantage to 4 frags. And I gotta say, that's probably a good game, really.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. We need to see some miraculous shots for Unreason to get back into this. I'm actually going to go spec him now. He's got an okay stack, to be honest, but Demon's really keeping an eye on it anywhere he wants to go. And, you know, Unreason... oh, this could be bad for Demon, but no, Unreason decides to back off. Oh, nice rocket, but I think Demon's surely going to survive. No, he's not!
Oh, wow.
And can he get...
Well, there's how the ping matters.
Yeah.
Because Demon just did not manage to connect with any of his shots, and Unreason just pummeling him with rockets and finally finishing him off. So I guess a small ray of hope for Unreason. He's got 3 frags to make up. Still going to be very difficult.
Oh, and Demon
just slides right off of the mega health. Doesn't land a rail though, so that's at least good.
And is Unreason going to be able to find him anywhere? No, Demon's still nowhere to be found, and I think there's 30 seconds left. This could be enough. He's just got to charge now.
Might find one frag.
Oh, he does eventually, and he's like, damn it, die, will you? Off the spawn, anywhere, off anything off the spawn. He's got 15 seconds. Ah.
Switching to Demon, he's just hiding at the shotgun area, which is a good place to hide because it leaves you a lot of exits. And I think that's it. 7 seconds left. He might be able to find one more frag. Demon rocket jumping up to the mega health, and that's GG.
Yeah, close.
Really good game though. Just a really good game.
Yeah, Demon just gave himself enough time towards the end there. He kind of was doing the damage and just annoying Unreason enough just so he couldn't make that comeback like he wanted. But well played. And DM6 now.
Well, look at the damages. Demon did 3009 damage and Unreason did 3008. That's a 1 difference in damage. Wow.
That's pretty... Screenshot that.
Right, Unreason is like, you know, should I forfeit DM6? Is that, I guess that's what he's saying.
Well, this is confusing me. So, has Demon picked DM6 then? Because I would never...
I would assume so.
That surprises me so much, though, because no one really... None of the top duelers in Europe... Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't understand why Demon picks it, because pretty much no top dueler in Europe still plays DM6, and obviously Demon's one of the few exceptions to that rule.
Yeah, and for some reason Demon's ping has just jumped to 170. That's just on my end, or are you seeing that as well?
I can't... As far as I know, they're playing on LAN, because both their ping is 0.
Well, it's gone back down to 100 now that the game has started. And Demon actually picking up the mega health off the spawn. He's going to settle for the yellow as well. He did see Unreason at the top rocket launcher area. And he's trying to go for the rail. Oh, this is risky, super risky by Unreason. And he takes a ton of damage as well. So Demon is probably going to be trying to look for a frag before the red spawns if he can.
Demon,
no, I think he just decided.
Demon getting the rail first, though. I mean, that's not good, really, for any player, to be honest. And actually, I think Demon does have some internet problems as it is. To be honest, it has looked alright this tournament. But earlier today, when he was playing CTF, he was having issues.
Right, but at least it seems to be okay now.
He's just trapping him. Demon's just keeping an eye on this place. He says, well, you have to pass this area at some point. I might as well give you some grief. But still 0-0. I'm going to switch over to Unreason. He's actually managed to recover a little bit from where he was before. Still no rail. I think he's trying to debate over getting it now. Oh, and
well, he actually manages to steal it without taking damage. He's still stuck in that area. Oh, that's a bad fight to pick.
Why did he
I know that... Yeah, I know Demon's ping is 100, but that's still a really bad fight to pick.
Yeah. And he's still hitting 35 LG and... Oh, and off the spawn he's just doing everything right. But that's a good rail by Unreason. He's gonna... He saved himself.
He's really
there.
lucky that that rail was there for him.
Yeah.
And he's just jumping around, flipping his mouse about, hoping that he hits Demon.
It is drop, pick. Am I right?
I think it's pick, and drop, if I remember right.
Oh, really? That is interesting. Oh, he's Unreason trying to stay. I don't think Unreason is too confident about this map, if I'm quite honest. He was pretty good on 30N though. I mean, had a very high level of play there. Oh, now it's Unreason hitting the rail. Oh, can he hit one more? And it's still a while for Mega Health. Demon can't lurk there too long. And quarter of the map to go. And he's still not connecting with those rail shots. Demon does get into it, and what is...
I kind of suspect that, yeah, we're going to see a GG soon. And Unreason just says, good luck in the rest of the tournament and forfeits the map. It's not surprising, you know. I would pretty much do the same. It's just...
Yeah.
This map is not for everyone. Let me just put it that way.
This is true.
So it's like Demon is going to go through to the semifinals where he's going to await the winner of Rafa's game. Demon versus Rafa, that should be a really good game to watch.
I'm looking forward to... I don't know... I have no idea what to expect from it. I'm not going to make any predictions, no assumptions, nothing. Well, I expect Rafa to win, but by how much or how little, I have no clue. If Demon manages to win a map, I will be over the moon. I think that would really throw something special into tonight's tournament. But I don't know if that's asking too much or anything. Ray is playing Dorkiz.
I think that is the quarterfinal game, so I'm going to jump into that server.
Do you know
if I
where
can? Actually, I don't see it, so maybe they haven't played yet.
Undertaker is playing versus Resto Druid. Oki playing
I do
versus
not
Cord.
believe that is a tournament. Let's get into Cord versus Oki.
Yeah, that should be a game actually. At least I know both of the players there were signed up to the tournament. Where are those players? Okay, maybe they didn't check in, but they were definitely signed up. Yeah, strange. Yeah, I'm gonna go over to the Oki game. Let's have a look what's going on.
Yeah, I've actually jumped onto that server, and it's Cord versus Oki. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. I always pronounce it as Aoki for some reason. But he's actually leading with his Cord. He just made a critical mistake and went on into the lava, although it didn't end up hurting him too much. He's leading 3-0 on DM13, and this is the first time we're seeing DM13 in this tournament.
Which is pretty nice. I like to see that. Oh, he's going to challenge Cord, but it could be a bad challenge. And actually, Oki looks like he's quite good at this map because he's doing all the right things, going for that top yellow first, going back to the LG.
Not entirely sure he needed the rocket jump though. But
he had to
turned out okay.
Somehow. Yeah. He really had to get there. Oh, and then he's just given away his position there. Or should I say, Cord has discovered his position.
I'm going to switch over to Cord since he's the one in the needing to make up the frags. He's picked up the Mega. He should be able to get the red as well. He had timing on it. Got 3 minutes to make 3 frags up. Certainly not impossible, but...
Oh, wow, I didn't realise it's so late in the game. And this is a second map. Cord did win the first. And there's just about enough time to make it back. I'd say, you know, another minute and Cord will be really rushed. But for the time being, he's looking alright. And where on earth is Oki's hiding by the plasma bounce pad?
Which is a good place to hide on this map.
Yeah.
You know, you can usually tell if the enemy is coming in from really far off and have enough time to move away. But I don't think he's going to be... Ooh, risky rocket jump. He's going to go up a frag here. No way he can survive that.
Wow, and Oki, I don't know how Oki's going to be able to make it for the next 2 minutes. Cord looks like he's got a tight grip on the map. The only problem is he doesn't have a stack. Yeah, Spectre.
Oki's actually hiding by the mega health area. Trying to waste as much time as he can. He's only got 2 minutes to survive for a 2 frag advantage. Picks up the rocket launcher, but that was really risky because anytime you move into the center area of the map, you're going to give your position away, and he is going to go down
He should have stayed
like
there.
a sack of bricks.
That was bad move, bad move.
It was really bad, and he's... Oh wow, did he just... Yeah, he gave his position up as well. Now Cord knows exactly where he is. Cord is even leaving that red up. He just doesn't care. He's found Aoki. He's going to... Well, I was going to say he was going to rocket jump up, but...
Oh, Oki's got a bit of a life there. 1 minute 15 seconds. I am following him. Oh, and this is so close. Oki's running the right direction though at the moment. But is he going to meet up with Cord? No, just about, but he knows his location. Oki runs away. Is he going to be able to get back quick enough? He does manage it, and look at the defensive rockets are pretty good actually.
And he's running out of ammo. In fact, he's out of ammo now. Wow, he's just doing such a good job of just staying out of Cord's way.
This is insane. How is Oki still alive? And this could be bad. That's the tying frag. And
he's actually got... There's enough time left for Cord to actually find a winning frag.
There is.
And Oki still needs to hide for the next 30 seconds and hope and pray that he doesn't get found.
He wants the overtime at the moment. He needs that overtime. That's really... Oki's praying to get that.
Oh, he gets surprised. Oh my god, are we going to see a frag in the last 10 seconds?
Surely... Oh, he's going to go... Cord is so low though. Oh my god, Cord has to back off. He just took such a huge amount of damage.
Switched weapons. That's the only reason he did not win that fight. He decided for some reason to switch from the LG to the RL.
And Oki there
And
does
that...
it. Wow, that LG was really awful, to be honest. And if Oki hit a full shotgun blast there, Cord would have been absolutely crippled.
Yeah, but we are in overtime, our first overtime of the tournament. And the score is 4-3, Cord having an advantage. And I think, as you said, Cord won the first map, so if he wins this one as well, this is going to be it for Oki.
Mm-hmm. And
Cord...
well, control here for Cord. This is going to be solid for Oki. I don't know how Oki's going to do it. This is going to have to be a trap.
Yeah, he needs some sort of miracle. He needs Cord to make a mistake and, you know, set up an ambush that Cord just walks into. Or for Cord to miss a couple of rocket jumps. Still leaves him in a good position, though.
Yeah, and yellow's spoiled. I'm going to go over to Oki because he's really the man of action at the moment. He's kind of looking over at any place that Cord could possibly be. And he doesn't need to rush. He's still got 50 seconds. Go get the Megas behind you. Go take that. Get the red armor that's up soon. And, you know, Oki's in a good position. And he doesn't need to rush this. Okay, and don't do too many rocket jumps. That's really the worst thing that could happen at the moment. Oh, no, and that's a bad move. That's the classic sort of a sign of impatience.
I mean, he started it right. He started it with the LG. He needed to do a little bit more LG damage before he even thought about doing the rocket jump, but now he's completely out of position. He doesn't have the stack to get into the center part of the map. It's just, yeah, that's a good game.
Let's see, where is this is the last fight there, last 5 seconds. And Oki misses the jump. Cord's coming out. 1 second left. There's not enough time. And that's going to be it. Cord.
Yeah, that was just so close, though. I mean, he had his chance.
He did.
That was as close as he was going to get into a good position, and he just screwed it up with that rocket jump, trying to get up to the upper level and go for an even fight. It was still close, though. I think he was probably about 50 health away from dying at the end, was Cord, so... But still, 4-3 the score on the second and final map between Cord and Oki. Cord winning. I'm trying to see if we can figure out who he's going to be playing in the next round.
Versus Wilsor is that game. There's also, I don't know if Raph has finished this game versus Deadly Noob.
He must have, because I saw him playing against Deadly Noob earlier, so...
Yeah.
So it looks like the lower side of the bracket is lagging behind a little bit, so... it should be Cord versus Wilsor. I don't really know who Wilsor is. He hasn't played against anyone really outstanding either, so I'm going to say that's probably going to favor Cord. And then we should expect to see Ray versus Cord on one semi-final, and then Rafa versus Demon on the other side.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna check.
Actually, I don't know. Are they going to wait for the Rafa Demon game? Or are they going to hold it off till the other side catches up? Or
it's a good question.
Because if not, yeah.
I don't know. Personally, I mean, I don't want to be a spoil sport, but I would like the tournament to hurry up because it's getting late for me. But I also want to see some awesome games. So you know, it's a mixture of emotions at the moment for me.
When Ray's actually already on the server, so it looks like you're going to have Ray versus Cord next. Is that? Wait, is that even possible? Oh, that can't be right, because Cord needs to play another game.
Messaged me. He says it's definitely going to favor Cord. Bah ha ha ha. So evil laugh from him. He's going to challenge your
assumptions.
Yeah.
He's going to say, Wonko, you dick, I'm going to prove you wrong.
That's pretty much what he said with his laugh.
But hey, I do that all the time. I make predictions which go wrong all the time.
Same. Yeah, if you watch my European streams more often, then you'll know that is the case. Always.
But then again, that's the fun of predictions, right?
Exactly, because you're never going to get it right.
Alright, that server just went down. I'm looking to see if Rafa is on a server. He actually is, so we might be able to just get in there.
Cord's on a server with Ray. Cord is on a server with Ray right now. So I guess Ray won his game. I mean...
No,
that
thinking...
can't make sense, because Cord hasn't even played Wilsor yet, so... Yeah, sorry.
Exactly. So Cord needs to play one more game before he can even get to Ray.
Yeah.
So you know, Ray... I'm sorry, Rafa's actually on a server.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask if he's gonna play Demon now.
Yeah, do it. Do you have a password for it at all?
That's what I'm asking.
Excellent. Is Rafa also on IRC? No, he isn't.
He doesn't actually hang out in RC too much, so...
He's in his private members club?
Yes. Right. He doesn't need IRC. People go to him and talk to him. So many things to type. Oh, by the way, guys, if you want to see some nice duel VODs, this is mostly directed to the American audience. Do check out twitch.tv/leveluptv. There are some crazy Zotac VODs. And if any American player knows about the whole, Strengths conquering Zotac every weekend, well, last weekend Strengths went out of Zotac in round 4 to Pavel. And do you remember any history with Pavel and Strengths, Wonko? I know that Strengths has been dominating Zotac for a while, but not specifically against Pavel.
Well, Pavel,
no.
There's a history of them meeting each other in the final, and Strengths always completely obliterating him. And it's kind of like a love-hate relationship between the two. I'd say more leaning on the side of hate than love. But Pavel managed to beat him in round 4 in a best of 1, and it was... I could sympathize with Strengths, but no, it was a good game and worth watching. And also Guard versus Strengths is another game worth watching, so just search for these. Yeah. And you'll find some great VODs. What kind of VODs are there on the American side, though, to look for? Because I do look for them from time to time, but I don't really know where I'm searching.
I think most of them will... Ready Up Radio covers most of the other tournaments other than the CSN one, so they should be up on the Ready Up Radio Twitch. That's twitch.tv//Ready Up Radio. And yeah, I think I should start putting together VODs on the YouTube channel, which makes it much easier.
It does, yeah. It is the popular platform for it. And it is Demon.
And then again, I think there's that one person on ESR who just makes VODs from all the demos that are put up. I forgot what his name was. That channel has a lot of good VODs up.
Yeah. From
a variety of tournaments, both European and American.
I think you're talking about FF, I think they're called, or something like that.
I have no idea.
Yeah, so I recognised what you're talking about because they're often on IRC spamming links to VODs and stuff, trying to get those viewing figures up, which they should definitely do.
So it looks like the maps are going to be 27, DM13, I guess, and then followed by DM6, or perhaps T7. I sort of missed it. And we are going live on the first map. I'm following Rafa, who gets the upper spawn. He's going to get the rocket launcher, probably get the Mega as well. There's no way that Demon can challenge for it. I mean, Demon had the red armor, but he doesn't have any sort of weapon. And Rafa's actually caught him going for the LG. This is really bad for Demon. Surprised that Rafa didn't push for a frag there.
Yeah, the thing is that Demon didn't even go for the yellow. He wasn't wasting any time in getting that weapon, which I think was a smart play there. I mean, sometimes you don't have to take the items. As soon as you see an item, you don't have to go for it. And Demon there showing that speed is of the essence sometimes. And nice, he actually gets out the teleporter without taking an ounce of damage. So actually, Demon is in good shape now. He outstacks Rafa, but Rafa does just get onto the Mega Health.
Yeah, and the thing with this map is, I mean, the Mega Health is sort of, I think, the key item most of the time because you can stack up on the armor from the yellows, and you can't really get to 200 health without the Mega.
Yeah. It's a very important item on, well, really any map that it's on. Oh, that Demon finally got a rocket, but at a cost. Oh, and a full rocket to the face there. This is going to be an LG fight. Rafa's going to back off, it looks like.
He backed off to get that 25 bubble. Oh my god, he stuck around a little too long. I don't know what Rafa was thinking there. Maybe he thought that Demon did not have a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
He just had a LG, because sticking around there was just very, very risky. And Demon, our European player, has actually taken the lead against Rafa.
Oh my god. And again, Rafa's kind of it's out of position. That's really uncommon thing for Rafa to do. He's putting himself in a situation that's just not advantageous. That's not the place that Rafa wants to be attacking from, consistently. Do you
There's
think
5 seconds to the Mega. Demon's actually set up very early for it. Rafa, I don't think he has any grenades as well, so he can't really spam them in there and do some damage. So Rafa's going to be defensive for a fair bit, unless Demon makes like a big mistake now.
Yeah, but we should also point out Rafa's playing on 80 ping as well, so it's not like he's on his favorite latency levels. So just to if anyone's wondering why he might not be playing at his full potential, then both players with slight handicaps.
Rafa's actually giving some advice to Demon on what sort of settings to use on high pings.
Oh really?
Demon dropping down for the Mega and walking directly into a rocket from Rafa. Rafa did a tidy amount of damage there, and even more damage before Demon picks up that red. So, Demon is going to be. Did he find that 50 bubble? Switching over to me, I guess he did.
No, I don't
because
think
he's sitting on 100.
He didn't even need it.
I guess that's pretty surprising. Did he have the last Mega? Wow.
I believe he did actually. Yeah, it's kind of been switching between the two players. I'm actually going to check out. Yeah, Rafa's only had no, Demon's had 1 mega health. Rafa's had the rest of them.
Rafa did a tidy amount of damage with the lightning gun in that last fight. He's trying to rocket jump up to the Mega, and looks like Rafa has good timing on it. So even risking a second rocket jump. Oh my god! What the hell?
Neither of them shooting, but both of them just walking. That was like a Morris stance going on there.
Oh my god! You go the right way. I'll go to the left, man. You go to the right. God damn it!
Let's do the do-si-do.
That was so strange. But what it has done... Oh my god, Rafa rocket jumping up into the platform. This is some really strange stuff going on.
Wow. Demon is in trouble there. Yeah, no, he actually gets away and rocket jumps. I was wondering why Demon went out of sight there, and again... It's going to be a frag for Rafa, and he's making his way back into this and off the spawn. Brutal.
That is the most awful spawn I can imagine.
Yeah, and wow, I'm surprised. It just looks brutal, to be honest. I kind of want to sort of put my arm around Demon and sort of, ask him if he feels okay after that.
Yeah, I mean, you give up for death and you spawn and you see Rafa coming at you full speed with a rocket out. It can't have been a pleasant experience.
No.
And Rafa's actually got complete control of the map now. He's sitting on a 200 stack. If I know Rafa, he's going to leave this red up. He's not even going to bother going for it until he finds a frag.
Yeah. He has no obligation really to go there. Unless he's scared that Demon's going to get it, he can just hang around this top level, and there, chase for the frag. Demon's going to go down, and 4-1 now. And
look at that.
Yeah.
Rafa now has both yellows as well, so Demon's going to have nothing. Absolutely nothing for another, 30-40 seconds.
Do you think this is what we've seen, though, in other games? It's kind of like the first 3 or 4 minutes is Rafa working out his opponent, and then he suddenly gets momentum. And then frags just, the frag differences just escalate. It's like the trend we're seeing with Rafa at the moment.
Certainly very possible, I would say. The other thing is that Rafa in control is a monster on this map. So it might have just been that the first few minutes of the game are very even in stacks, but then once Rafa, found that frag of his own, he's just, been on a roll.
Yeah. I'm also wondering if Demon picked the M6 again. It's like, or was it T7, the other one?
I think he picked T7. I'm not sure. He said plus DM6. I don't know what that meant, whether it was a time map or his own map, so...
It's probably his own map then. But I didn't see in case there was another plus or something.
And you can see what Rafa's doing, he's left the red up for a long, long time. He knows that there's no wake that Demon can sort of push into the center area. And that's what happens when he does.
Oh my god, he's in trouble for the lava. Demon may have almost actually got that frag though if it weren't for that. Rafa was on about 2 or 3 health.
Yeah, Demon was like, I'm going to prove you wrong, Wonko. I'm going to go for the red and then kill Rafa. Except then he ends up backpedaling into the lava and like, uh-oh.
And Rafa's got a mega health lying down for him as soon as he's ready to take it.
Going to take the red as well. There's no point in leaving it up, especially since he didn't have any armor at all. And switching over to Demon, he's got 4.5 minutes left. He's very, very early for this red, which I think is very intentional. He knows that Rafa's probably not going to look for him at the red. I think Rafa's probably looking for him at the yellows, which is exactly what he's doing. I don't think Rafa knows that Demon is at the red, so...
He's guessed it. He's guessed it.
He's guessed it.
So intelligent there. Rafa, though, on the lava. Quite literally playing with fire this time. And Demon actually steals it off. This could be a good steal, in fact, because Demon hasn't really given away that much damage. And he makes it away without taking anything there. This is really good for Demon. And suddenly Rafa's like, wait, hang on, what the hell just happened there? And then Demon's all the way back over there going, I want the red. Wow.
And at the final second decides not to go for it and just, try and leave. He managed to leave successfully, but I don't think he's got any sort of stack left. He's only got 50 health and no armor at all. He's in time for the Mega, though, so that's good for him. But 5 frags in 2 minutes is going to be...
Yeah.
I'm almost going to say that's impossible against Rafa.
Yeah. I don't blame you at all. Right, we're going to see, I think the next 30 seconds, maybe 45, are going to decide a lot, but I'm going to flick over to Demon now and just see what he's able to do. He's not got a rocket or an LG, which is his biggest trouble at the moment. Yeah, he does run back to that yellow. So yeah, we're going to have to...
He spots Rafa. But spotting Rafa is a lot,
I like this, this is nice, actually. But the thing is, Rafa has that 50 health bubble to recuperate his energy with, and that's going to be... Oh, he actually flicks around!
Yeah, I think Demon just did a lot better LG than Rafa did there. And he finds the frag, he gets the red also, and Rafa actually shooting himself in the feet with the rocket launcher. He's going to be really, really weak. Switching over to him, he's got 100 health and 50 armor.
Demon does need a rocket, though, or more LG ammo. He's not strong, and Rafa's hiding, in fact. It's resorted to Rafa, not wanting to show his face. And there, Demon shows his face now.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
And that was just a series of 4 really, really good rockets from Rafa. I don't really know if that was just good rockets from Rafa or just really bad dodging from Demon. But that was just really bad for Demon, and that would just be game. There's no way. 6-1 the score. There's just no way of coming back from that. So it looks like Rafa's going to take DM30. It was certainly closer than I would have normally expected, especially since Rafa... I think Rafa's just really strong on this map usually, so... Demon just still showing that he's capable of holding his own.
I think these guys have met each other on land before, though. But they must have, surely. Demon,
I don't know.
Because Demon's definitely played... he's played a lot of the top players on land. But for him, he considers his main game type to be CTF, and he puts duel, after CTF. So maybe that's what he's doing wrong. Maybe he needs to go
stop playing CTF and just play duel.
Yeah.
Possible.
That would be the selfish thing to do.
7-1 the final score on the first map between Rafa and Demon. This is the semi-final of the Cybersports Network playQUAKELIVE Series number 2, Quake Qualifying Cup Edition number 1. And I believe we are going into Tourney 7, unless I'm mistaken, which I could be. We could also be going into DM6.
Yeah, I don't
just want to hedge myself there.
Why not? It's DM6.
It is DM6.
Yeah, so
what do you think, having seen how Demon plays DM6? I think we saw him twice on DM6, and he's done a fairly good job of it. But then again, we saw someone...
Yeah.
We saw Rafa destroying someone like 20 to -1 on this map, right? So...
Yeah, but I think Demon's kind of picking this map, maybe assuming that, no American really plays this very often, if it's the same as that. And, yeah, so I think he has a chance here, but, Rafa did also show, as you said, he's no weak thing here.
Alright, both guys actually readying up, so we are going to be going straight into the second map, and I'm actually trying to follow Demon off the spawn. Let's see if I can do that. Actually, I'm on Rafa, who gets the upper rocket launcher spawn. That's actually a very good spawn for Rafa. He can actually do some damage onto Demon trying to go for this mega health before he goes for the red, so...
Yeah.
spams a lot of rockets down. I don't think Demon took too much damage. Oh wow!
Misses the jump.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I don't usually see players attempting that jump on DM6 in an actual game.
Yeah. It's quite a tricky one, but Rafa seems to have compensated for it a little bit. He's got his position, but he's out of position for red, which is important. Oh, the rail though was fantastic, and now he knows that he did the damage he needed, and now he's already here to annoy the hell out of Demon for this next mega.
He does a ton of damage and picks up the mega, so. Even though Demon picked up the red armor, I think advantage Rafa quite firmly right now. Demon needs to stay away. I don't think he can go for this red. That's going to be a really bad decision if he stays around.
Yeah, he's gone. And he will have timing though, I think.
Switching over to Demon, he's sitting on a 50 armor stack right now. He needs to stay out of Rafa's way. Rafa, I think, is probably also going to challenge for the yellow. I don't think he's going to let Demon take the yellow.
He's hit 2 rails, but see, those are the rails which just don't mean that much because you know, the major items are afterwards, and Rafa's really going to find it easy to stack up.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very good point. Yeah, I thought he was going to rush the red and try to deny it as well, but he decided not to, and he ended up going back for the yellow. And his problem right now is he doesn't have any weapons. I don't think he even has a rocket launcher. He has a shaft right now, I guess. That's about it.
Oh.
The good thing for him is that Mega and the red are coming up at the same time, which is why Rafa, he's being very careful. He doesn't want to let Demon get to the red side of the map.
Yeah.
That way Rafa absolutely ensures that he gets the Mega and the red.
Yeah, and Rafa does take everything there, and rocketing the ceiling for, you know, a celebratory, I don't know, dance.
No, he just really hates that ceiling, you know, it's so ugly.
It's in his way and everything. And Demon's run off again. Oh no, he's not.
He gets caught. Wow.
It's going to be another frag. Surely not enough damage. Demon wanted to hit another direct rocket or 2. Oh, how beautiful. That was just enough splash damage as well to take the spawn frag. And now
Demon jumps into the red.
But this could be an okay challenge. Look, he's 100 HP. And if Demon gets an okay spawn, he could get this yellow, and then he's going to be in a dominant position. Only difference
Rafa misses the rail as well.
Yeah. Thing is, Rafa has the weapons, and Demon doesn't. Demon's gonna, I think, gonna charge up for that red armor. That won't surprise me. Yeah.
And Rafa once again missing the rails. That's 3 misses in a row. Rafa cannot be happy with that, and I think Demon might win this fight very easily.
Yep. So Demon getting himself on the scoreboard.
Not exactly sure why he's sticking around in the mega room.
I don't think he realised Rafa took that that mega, sorry.
I think he needs to challenge his rail. Oh wow, I'm so surprised that Demon did not like spam that rail spot.
Yeah.
And that's going to let Rafa get in the red armor. And Demon he's done a little bit of a splash damage with the rockets, but I'm not sure that was a good even trade for Demon.
Oh, that was a good rocket though, and the LG is quite okay for this. Oh my god, he takes the frag. Wow, that is the first rocket there that really won him the fight. Oh, and Rafa goes up. That was so unfortunate
for Demon that he gets pushed off. I know. And actually Rafa managed to work his way into the red as well. That was really unlucky for Demon, and I feel for him because he was doing such a good job and making a comeback, and then that happens.
Yeah, but the thing is, Rafa just hit sort of 1 or 2 bolts of lightning, and that stops Demon's momentum making the jump over. And that's what Demon needed to pin Rafa up in the air to take that frag. But he does get a red, so, not all bad. He really wants a railgun though, I think. If Demon gets a rail, he's going to feel a lot happy. He's made this 2-frag comeback without that gun. He's desperate for it.
But he needs to be careful going for the rail, and he is being extremely careful. He knows that he really cannot take too much damage getting this rail, and Rafa actually had correctly guessed that he would go for the rail, but managed to do no damage at all. And nice rail from Demon. But he's still got a lot of time. He's got to be worried if Rafa's going to bully him off of the mega.
Yeah.
And Demon actually being surprisingly patient, deciding to just give the mega up and go for the yellow instead.
Nice.
It's probably a good decision. He hits another nice rail, and you can see the difference his decision making is, you know, when he has the rail as opposed to when he doesn't.
This could be big. He needs to hit rockets or something. He's gonna. Oh, he misses out on the red. And
yeah, and his LG just did not connect at all.
Rafa had the better sort of start to that fight. And this is going to be a lot of work now for Demon to do all over again. But we know it's possible. For, you know he can do that. He has the potential to do this. But can he actually put it into action? And can he knock Rafa off control once again? That's going to be the big question.
Well, it's certainly not going to be easy when he's giving up the Mega and the Red without doing any damage whatsoever. And he doesn't have a rail either, so he can't really play the distance game, trying to stay out of Rafa's way and do damage by sort of like sneaking in rails. Rafa guessing his position and actually landing splash damage onto him as well. So this is... Yeah, he needs to make something happen in the next, I guess, 1 minute or about 90 seconds, I feel.
I think he's got a bit of time. I wouldn't say he's too rushed at the moment. I think... You know,
well, I don't mean so much a frag. I figure he needs to sort of at least challenge for control and steal one of the major items, so either the red or the Mega.
Yeah, this is a big fight, and Rafa didn't get that much damage in. And you know, surprisingly there, I think Demon may have got the better of him in that fight, but Demon's going to have to be super careful now because he's not in good position there. And Rafa does actually back off.
Should have the time on the red, and the bad thing for Demon is there's no way that he can contest the Mega.
Yeah,
and so yeah, all that damage he did onto Rafa at the yellow armor is just going to be completely wasted.
Yeah.
And all that time the timer is counting down. His time to make a comeback is just going lesser and lesser.
I'm gonna flick
got
over.
3 minutes now.
Still got no rocket or rail though. Rafa's being really smart in not letting him get any of that. He's finally getting a rocket. Oh, and Demon Rafa doesn't even go for the rail shot. Demon's going to make that jump. Surely he goes for it, but wow, the rocket even stopped him from getting to it. Wow.
Oh, beautiful rail though. Wow.
That was amazing. And Rafa still actually hasn't taken the red. He's got the yellow, and Demon's got to be careful now if he drops. He's got one
He's
health.
going to go down to 1 health. What's he going to do? There's not even any bubbles left for him.
Oh my god, the damage! What the he just did an insane amount of damage there.
I think he must have done like 200 damage onto Rafa while staying on 1 health. That's just unbelievable.
Oh, this is ludicrous. I'm clenching my teeth here looking at this fight. The Demon should be able to go on
one
this.
rail.
Oh, can he hit one more? He hits.
Oh,
no, but it's not
God.
enough. Rafa's
Switching over to Rafa. Well, Rafa's actually sitting on a reasonably good stack, so it's not going to matter that much. But it's still the really nice rails coming out from Demon. But he's very weak. I think 1 rail from Rafa is going to mean that Demon's going to go down. But it's still Demon who's actually hitting the rails. Rafa's actually missed, I think, 4 or 5 in a row.
Yeah, and Demon is like, he's got to do something. He has annoyed Rafa. He has done some stuff to irritate him, but it's not really enough at the moment. And Rafa's gonna. He's not anywhere for Mega. This could be an error from Rafa.
He's still maintaining, you know, higher positioning on the map, which I think is probably what he values at this moment, right? And look at that. Demon needed to go up the jump pad, trying to get high positioning, and Rafa railed him right there. So that Mega just completely wasted. Demon is in good position for the red, though, but still, he's only got 1 minute left.
I think this is it, though.
Trying to find a frag.
It's going to be this and the next Mega, and he wants to drop down. You can see that he wants to drop down, but he can't afford to. He hits the rail, though. He wants to hit one more. And where is
I don't think Rafa's going to challenge for this red, so Demon's going to... Rafa's probably the yellow, I would imagine.
I think it's too
or even hiding. It looks like Demon is going to go down to Rafa in the semifinals. It's a good show, though. I mean, a really close game.
Yeah. He might even get another frag, but it's obviously not going to be enough to come back in this. And, you know, Rafa's showing that he's not completely immortal as well, I think. Sick
oh, another beautiful rail. Oh my god!
These are so good, actually.
Sick rails.
Can he hit another 1 or 2? Ah, he does go down, so it's going to be 2 frags of difference in the semi-finals. Rafa does win 2 maps of difference. Great show, though. Great show.
Yeah, so 2 maps to 0, but both maps extremely close. And you got to wonder. I mean, I guess both their pings were pretty high, so
Yeah, and that's why
it wasn't so much a huge ping disadvantage.
that's why you're not seeing like 35, 40 LG and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed that. That was very fun. And seeing DM6 played in a competitive atmosphere between two such high-level players, I thought that as well that's really made my day for me, personally.
Yeah, certainly. To be honest, I've been surprisingly enjoying the games because I usually don't like DM6 games. But then again, pretty much almost any map in the map pool, which is possible in a one-on-one setting, usually does produce good games if it's between the right people.
Yeah. And we got
And obviously, maps behave in a very different way when the top duelers are playing it as opposed to like the people that I normally see sort of mid-high tier.
yeah, that is true. We have got Ray versus Cord somewhere. They're on a private server now. Do you think we can get the password?
I'm going to ask. They haven't actually. It doesn't look like they've started the game, but the bad thing is I don't have either of them on my list. So let me see if I can ask Steve.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. Password array. Can you not ask either of the players?
As I said, I don't have either
I've
of them
got it,
on my list.
I've got the password.
All right, cool. Whoa. All right, some mishaps happening with my microphone.
No worries. It is.
All right, so I'm just gonna follow you.
Cord versus. Hang on, where are you? They kicked me.
I think I got the password.
They
An interesting password.
they temporarily banned me from the server. Do you want to ask them what the hell they're playing?
I'm gonna ask them. I think they probably didn't realize that you were casting.
Yeah. Cord versus what's the other player called again? Ray. Such respectful young Americans.
You know what? I think he might ban me as well. He says he doesn't want to be streamed.
Yeah, well, tough luck, I guess. Yeah. You know, people who
Still
do
trying to get
that, people who do that are commonly known to be cheaters in Europe. I don't know what the Americans feel about that, but the last times people did that, someone called Jazz got banned. So, yeah. Can you tell them to make another server because I'm actually temporarily unable to get there?
Yeah, I'm still talking to him. I don't know what he's doing. Can you unban
No.
without taking the server down?
Oh no, I can get back on. It's fine.
All right, there you go. That was an interesting interlude. It's going to be Ray versus Cord. I'm surprised that he's still bendy. I mean, he's a fairly old-time player. It's not like he's new to the scene or anything. I don't think he's very young either, but then I could be mistaken about that.
Hmm.
But yeah, certainly I expect Ray to take this game, especially since he did really well in the last tournament. I think he almost beat DKT.
Really? That's quite impressive.
He's been doing pretty well in the tournament. Ray's one of those guys who's been on the fringes of the pro scene. He hasn't really broken into like the top duelers, people who go over to Europe and do well, but he's been doing okay. I think out of all the North American duelers who are likely to make it into like sort of RAF Dehang standards, I would say the ones with the best chance are Ray and a player called Zeal.
Yeah.
Although I would say Zeal has a much better chance. Not to mention Walter. There's always Walter. He's always on the fringes. So
Good old Walter.
pretty sad that he didn't turn up for this tournament actually, because Walter is always it's very entertaining to watch.
He was signed up, but no check-in. It's a pity. I mean, there's plenty of weekends. There's still 3 more weekends of qualifiers, so
I'm just, you know what I'm afraid of? I'm afraid that Walter's just not going to play because Airwalk is not in the map pool.
Nah.
It's like, that's the map he wants to play all the fucking time.
Non-stop. Yeah, I mean, Airwalk is a good fun map. But I like this map pool, to be honest. I think it's great. And DM6, to be honest, is the thing that excites me the most right now. I thought I would really hate DM6 being in the map pool again, but I'm actually enjoying it a lot. And I'm starting to wonder why it ever got taken out.
Oh, well, I wouldn't go that far. I'm definitely enjoying watching games, but I would not recommend putting DM6 back in the map pool.
Nah. They never took the dust out in CS or Train, I think.
But anyway, it looks like we are going to go into this first map between Ray and Cord. It is going to be on DM13, aka Lost World. Off the spawn, I'm following Ray, who gets the upper rocket launcher spawn. And I think he just heard the Mega Health being taken, so he should know that it's going to be pretty safe to go for the red.
You can get everything.
And, oh wow, he's going to get the yellow, the lightning gun, and possibly the red, so...
Whole map is his, and it's a frag as well. Cord just a peasant
You have taken the
to this wealthy stack of Rays. And again, I think he's getting caught out here. Ray on a charge, surely, and he's just going for the spam rocket, but Cord has to run, and he's actually going to double back onto him. And just get your gauntlet. He even gets a piston, just a tad.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, and a frag to the water. The fire. Lava. That's the one.
Even gets the... Yeah, that's as unfortunate a beginning to DM13 as you can possibly have, I feel like. Because being 3 frags down, 3 frags is a big deal on this map.
It really is. I'm nervous for Cord at the moment. Do we know whose map pick is what?
I think this is Ray's map pick, yeah. And Ray really does like this map. Part of it is because he's more of a methodical player. He likes to slow the game down and play the items rather than just going in and being very aggressive. And this map obviously favors that sort of a style.
He's been very aggressive so far, though. I haven't seen very much on the whole defensive play from him, but maybe...
Well, he hasn't needed to, right? He's had the superior stack and he's found the enemy at every point, so...
That is true. 4 frags difference, yeah. Looks like now he's kind of biding his time a little bit more. Doesn't need so much rushing. Does need LG ammo, and Cord poking his head out just to be greeted with a rocket. And Ray can't miss out on this mega health. Nor can he the red armor, which... yeah, Cord hasn't gone for it.
Switching to Cord, actually, he's built a stack of 100 armor, make it 150. From the yellows, he's actually in a decent position, and this is risky from Ray, especially if he walks into a few rockets, and he might lose that positioning on the red, but no, he's fortunate enough that Cord doesn't have any sort of timing on it, and didn't know that it was up, so it worked out reasonably okay for Ray, even though I think picking that fight initially was a little bit of a bad idea.
Yeah.
And I think Ray, having the stack he has, and knowing the fact that he has all the weapons, if you have the stack advantage, I feel like it's a bad idea for you to push into small corridors. You really want fights that are out in the open.
Yeah, definitely. Depending on the aim of the players, the personality of their aim as well. Whoa, there's a trap there by Cord. Let's set him off.
It's a tarp! Oh my god, why did Cord just withdraw? That's surprising. And once again,
do you have a stack?
it's just...
A little bit, I guess.
He still could have took the risk. I mean, at some point he has got to take a risk.
Yeah.
No way that he can just play defense all the time. He might actually get this mega. Oh my, so
Risky.
lucky not to walk
risky.
into any of the nades.
But he's done well, actually. He's done really well not to have given away anything, and he's going to get this yellow, and this is putting him in a really good shape. And now, wow, such a good stack, and Ray's got to be careful.
He can actually rocket jump once again.
Oh, that was a bad move, I think. Didn't he do this before? Gets the frag, but look how low he is. There's no 25
Does have timing on the
level.
mega, but there's still plenty of time. I think Ray has timing on the mega as well. I don't think Ray's going to let him take this.
He can't stay around for that mega, that would be stupid. No, he has to...
Certainly now.
Yeah,
Now he's in a really bad position.
Oh, and Ray just charged in, and what Cord... Yeah, Cord needed to not go for any item at all, really. Which is bad, though, because he spent that time getting in control, and then he had to accept the fact that he was going to get nothing at all. which some people aren't willing to do.
Yeah. The only, I mean, there is a good sign that even though he was like on the back foot for the first about a minute and a half, there's nothing much he could do. He played pretty patiently, and he tried to get back in control, stole some good items, and it was just not the fight that he wanted to take. So there's still hope for him.
Definitely. And Ray's not connecting with that much LG actually. That was pretty weak.
Oh, that's very risky from Ray to stick around for this fight, and I think off of this fight, Cord might just have an advantage. Both players relatively weak in terms of having no armor. Switching over to Cord, he actually has 100 armor, so he's doing really well.
Now he's waiting around for mega health. It looks like he does want it. He wants it.
Yeah, it was for a moment I was wondering if he actually had timing on it, but it does look like he had. And
vague timing. Nothing more than more than vague. Oh, the grenade!
Oh my god!
And what? Ray's abandoned ship. He's gone the other way round, and Cord's used his final rocket just for a bit of spam. He should really take that crate there. He doesn't go for it. What the hell? And he's gonna miss out.
Yeah, that was a key mistake because not only did he miss out on the rockets, he didn't connect with the plasma gun as well. Actually, the plasma gun could have worked out for him very well because up close, plasma is one of the strongest weapons in the game. Yeah. But he just didn't manage to connect with anything.
No, I think that was possibly part of the game where Cord really could, given him another 30 seconds, he could have really come back in the game. I'm not sure if he's going to have an opportunity now.
Yeah, and especially since Ray's in control, he's hitting all the spam rockets. He knows the timing on the Mega. There's no way that he's going to lose out on that. And Cord decides to forfeit.
Yeah. Who banned me, by the way? Because then I can be really biased against him.
I think it was Cord.
Oh yeah, yeah. What a noob. Yeah.
But that was the first map between Ray and Cord. Cord rage quitting. Well, maybe not rage quitting. Maybe just decided to forfeit.
Yeah, Demon's gonna poo on you, Cord. Sorry, is that enough? Too much? No. Okay, I'll stop.
I don't think he's going to get an opportunity to. I don't think there's a third place game, so...
There is. There's the top 3 get paid.
There is?
Yeah, $40 for first, $20 for second, and 10 for third.
Right. So, second map is going to be DM6 between Cord and Ray. I think this is Cord's map pick. Let's hope that we'll see something different from him. He gets the upper spawn on the rocket launcher, decides to go for the red before taking the rocket launcher, which is a surprising decision.
He wants that yellow. But that MG is actually good.
I did not expect it to be up for him. Wow, that's really strange. Neither player has a rail as far as I know. Switching over to Ray, he doesn't have a rail either. He has no armor, which is really, really bad. And oh my god, why did he switch weapons? I guess he was running out of ammo?
What I can't understand...
Oh.
What I can't understand is why Cord jumps into the fights at such close range. He's just a sitting target when he's in there. He should walk into it or strafe left and right. Nice neutral frag.
Right.
But,
both players fragging each other, and a really fortunate spawn for Ray, spawning right next to the Mega. And that's actually giving him an advantage. He's sitting on a 1-0 lead. Cord actually has a railgun, so he could do some damage here. But misses like 3 in a row, though. That's really bad for him. And well, look at that. We have more people falling to their death.
That's the second time he's been on a negative score this map. So... There is something special about this. I think if we total up all the negative scores we've seen, we would be in the negative double digits. So.
We would, yes. It's probably a record for a tournament, I bet.
Nice damage there by Cord.
Oh my god, that's a ton of damage output from Cord, who hits with, I think it was, what, 3 direct rockets? He might find the frag here.
Oh my god, how did he get that? That was fantastic. And this should be another frag if he can hit any of the LG, but Ray takes them out. I think maybe Rocket would have been a better gun to be using that.
I think he attempted the rocket on the LG spot, anticipating Ray to be there, and it was really unfortunate for him that he missed it. But he should find the... Oh my god, how? What is Ray hitting? I'm just checking his accuracy. He's 34%, which just doesn't seem like much, but it just seemed like he hit everything in that fight.
Yeah, well, he did go up the bounce, but he tried to use that little sort of jump shortcut, or, that little thing you can do on bounce pads, but,
jumping on the lip, you mean?
Yeah, that's the one. But Cord's being really aggressive at the moment. I think he can slow things down. He seems to be in a massive rush to get, to tie the game up. He doesn't need to. And Ray's kind of
Yeah, I
just
just
taking
think
it
it's
to counts.
more... It seems to be more of a mindset thing than anything else.
Gets a good rocket in. Oh, but Ray's getting it better. Oh, 2 HP left for Ray. I don't think Cord knows
Who's going to
it,
stick
so-
around? Cord is on 83 health. He should be able to get his mega health, and Ray's really lucky that none of that splash from the rocket actually hit him. And Ray's 27 health. He doesn't want to go up the jump pad because he knows that that's very risky.
Does take the risk though in the end.
Oh god, we're going to get more echoes from Zoot.
Oh dear. Or you could just restart the stream quickly. It'll take about 4 seconds if you wish.
Let me see. Let's go ahead and do just that. We will be right back.
Yeah. Excellent.
And we're back on. Hopefully the echo is fixed.
That should be fine. Yeah. No more robot Zoot. That's all good. Cord's challenging. Wow, that was crucial. He managed to get the frag in the second before red spawned. If you can run over to yellow, this would be great. Why is he rushing the rails though? He's doing it as if it takes a split second to go to the bounce pad. He had plenty of time there to, you know, relax his aim and not take rockets to the face like that. This is pretty hilarious dodging by him, in fact.
Well, I shouldn't laugh because I'm worse dodging than him, but still, it was pretty bad. Oh my god! Just as I say that, he has to do that, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I am going to walk into a rocket just to demonstrate your point, Wonko.
No, he's looking to do it. And again, he's rushing. He's still getting in position just to do lots of damage, and so much at risk though for him. I mean, the thing is, I almost want to congratulate Ray on winning this map already, because Cord's just being too aggressive for him to ever get back into this. I can't say I'm fond of Cord's style, and I'm not being biased because he banned me.
You liar.
Okay, maybe.
Oh
Oh!
wow, beautiful air rocket.
Lovely stuff, and Cord's got the wrong
Dude,
weapon
I'm
out.
loving this. I'm loving this because as short as that game was, it was just so entertaining. And he finishes the game and immediately takes the server down as well.
Yeah.
That was Ray was his scored.
Cord seems like a bit
And,
of a rager.
Yeah. That's in fact the other semifinals, so I guess
Finals.
I'm going to be interested in seeing if Cord is actually sticking around for the third place game.
I hope he does. I mean, I think Demon is looking forward to playing some games. But
Yeah.
Raph
Not to
versus
mention
Ray.
the fact that, you know, there is still a little bit of money on it, right?
Yeah, there is. I mean, sure, if he wants $10, go for it. And
Why
also
not,
points.
man?
You get points to qualify. You also need that.
Exactly.
But I mean,
And he's going to need it because, I mean, seriously, there is going to be 04 and DeHang and Walter and all those guys possibly signing up in the future tournaments. So if he wants to make it to the finals, he's going to need as many points as he can off of this one. So it's a wonderful opportunity.
and did we have any item timers on those maps? We did, didn't we?
I think we did, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So I was just checking. Yeah. So let's see where Frey and Rafa managed to go to next. Okay.
Alright, Rafa's just kept his server up all this time, so that password should still be the same. The only thing I'm wondering about is Steve going to hold the third place game before the finals?
I don't know. I just no clue.
That's going to be an interesting question for you,
Yeah.
right? Should I stay up longer and watch Demon play, or should I just get into the finals and get it over with, right?
Yeah, it's only just gone midnight, so it's actually not too bad. It's much earlier than I thought it would be when we'd get to this stage in the tournament. So actually, I'm not really bothered either way, personally. Grand finals, Ray versus Rafa. Awesome.
So we are on a server with Rafa. We don't really know yet whether we're going to wait for the third place finals to be over before we do the grand finals, but it looks like Ray's going to be here as well. So unless we hear something from Steve that specifically says he wants us to wait and have the Demon game before the finals, we're going to go ahead with this.
Well, I don't think he's. Yeah, Cord disconnected from QUAKELIVE, so says someone. So he's not sure if he's playing for the third place.
Well, obviously, it wouldn't surprise me at all if he just decides to leave without playing the game the way he ended that particular matchup with Ray. He's like, I don't want to play QUAKELIVE anymore. I hate this game.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Nice, dude. But, what is CSN's Twitter, by the way? I think we should have a little bit of a shout out for all the people who've sponsored this league.
Absolutely. I actually was hoping to get one of the sponsors on before the finals. David Barrett, I think is his name. He's from the Solar Gaming League. I'm not sure if that's actually going to be possible now, since I think these guys want to get this map over with.
I mean, if not now or any other qualifier, definitely at the finals we should make a big deal of it and get some players on.
We should actually get someone from, well, Fishsticks is probably hopefully going to be with us. He's going to be representing twitch.tv. Yeah, that would be really nice. Maybe next time around we can have all of them on together, probably before finals or maybe immediately after the finals.
Yeah, definitely.
And so definitely a big shout out to CyberSource Network for partnering up with Twitch TV and Solar Gaming League for this particular tournament series, both in the European side and the North American side. I'm glad that the scene is picking up and we're having new players in the esports QUAKELIVE scene.
Yeah.
Really curious to see what Solar Gaming League is going to do going forward in the future. Are we going to have more partnerships between CSN and SGL? I guess we'll start calling them that.
Yeah.
If they keep doing more stuff for QUAKELIVE.
I would love to see that. I mean, I'm loving these tournaments, and they're actually putting. I mean, you're seeing lots of tournaments for sort of $100 here, $50 there, but they're actually putting. Twitch and SGL are putting a decent amount of money on the line. So. I like it, and I think we should really shout about it and get everyone to watch these streams and visit those websites, because they are doing lots of things for gaming and esports in general. So if you're a fan of esports, then this is the place to be, and it's the place to go. But T4 first map.
Check.
We haven't seen this yet.
This is the first time we're seeing 24 on this particular tournament, and this is a best of 5, so obviously it was. It wasn't inevitable that we saw it, because it could have been one of the later games and Rafa could just have, destroyed Ray 3-0. But I'm glad that we get to see it, especially since Rafa's playing. I always like watching T4 with Rafa on. He just brings a mind game to it that the only other player I can think of who does the same is 0-4.
Yeah. 0-4 is the master of this map, as I think I heard on an American stream once. And he really gave Rafa a hard time here. But it's not 0-4, it is Ray who is challenging. I'm on Rafa first off the beginning, straight away on the Mega, 5 seconds in. And he's just trying to calculate his next decision. Both yellows went.
Actually decided to give up both the yellows, which is a little bit surprising. Usually we do see the person who gets the Mega get at least one of the yellows, but Rafa content to just leave it to him, and in return for not taking any damage. You can see how cautious Rafa is being going for that rail, because he knows that Ray will probably set a trap around it. Finally, eventually, he does manage to find his way to the rail.
I think Ray really needed to be careful about that rail gun, because it is an important gun in this map. Maybe not sort of arguably the most important. There's lots of debates here and there on which gun is the most important on D4, but you really want to keep an eye on it. It is a 15-second respawn time, not a 5-second like the rest of the weapons. So it is actually possible to keep track on it.
I don't think I've ever seen Rafa give up 5 yellows in a row. The first 5 yellows on the map have all gone to Ray, so it's a fairly strange. Well, that's 4, right? It can't be 5.
Yeah, something like that. But the thing is, Rafa seems to be doing what he does on his previous games. The first 3 minutes, he kind of gets used to what his opponent's style is, and then he gathers momentum and frags somehow. They just appear out of nowhere. It doesn't even matter if they're on 200, they just die immediately, and Rafa brings into action.
And the fact that he's given all those yellows up doesn't really matter that much either, because he's hit a couple of rails he needed to, and now he's actually made the last couple of yellows both picked up by Rafa. So
and he gets the frag. Patience is a virtue.
It definitely is, especially if you can play as well as Rafa.
He's got 100% rail still with 2 impressives. Oh, and he misses. That's 8%.
See, you jinxed him. You jinxed him.
I did. It's annoying though. They should just hit.
And
oh,
the Mega is actually up on, and Rafa, wow, surprising that he didn't just go through and try and...
It's very mean to miss that jump. I have no idea.
I don't really know. I mean, it could have been that he expected Rafa to come right behind him and get the frag if he actually jumped for the Mega.
Yeah.
That's why he decided to miss it, but then again, you never know.
I think that really messed with Ray's mind. And Rafa on 200, 100, that's the kind of stack you don't see that often on T4. That's the kind of stack that... nice by Ray, I like the dodging here. Just hugging the wall, hoping that Rafa can't hit anything, and slowly as well, like if he's going down and down. And what is Ray doing?
I think he's wondering where the rail is. It's like, where is that rail? I've been waiting for like 10 seconds. Come on, man.
Does he know the respawn time on this on the rail here?
Well, he does. I just don't think that he expected Rafa to like take all the rails.
Yeah. And Rafa is eventually gonna get this shotgun kill.
Only took him like 6 shots, and he only needed 1, but still, he got the frag. That's what matters.
Yeah. 3 minutes in, only 4-0 up, so this isn't a completely one-sided game at the moment. And really, I had no idea what to expect from Ray when I came into this. I've never... I think I've heard the name being mentioned, but I didn't know, how good he'd be. But Ray's really impressed me this tournament so far.
Oh, beautiful rocket, just to underscore your point.
I'm hoping Ray can keep shining like he has done.
Pushing over to Ray, he actually does have a railgun as well, so he can hit somebody. Right there, he hits a rail. Oh, he's not able to deny Rafa the yellow armor though. And he's got to be careful staying for this lower yellow.
Yeah, Rafa's on him. Oh, and a nice rail shot.
Oh man,
perfectly.
Really nice rocket to rail combo. And Ray's actually very weak. He cannot take one more rail. He's got his health is below 80. Even with that, there you go. Do you know what? He missed one of the green bubbles, and he would have been alive if he had taken those. Because he had exactly 80 health points. That was strange.
That's annoying. I hate it when that happens, though. It always induces a bit of rage. Ray is attacking. He's very aggressive at the moment. I mean, do you think Ray has a lot of... this isn't the type of map that every dueler has experience on. Do you think this is one that Ray plays frequently?
I think this is probably something that he finds himself very weak on, I would say. I don't think he plays this much out, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely European players. It's not really a map that very many of them know that well. I mean, it is a very old school map, sort of, obviously, much like DM6 and stuff, but it's not one that's that popular in tournaments. So when it does get played,
if I had to pick Ray's favorite maps, I would say it's probably DM13, ZTN, and 27.
Yeah.
And the good thing for him is that we're going to see at least 2 of those, or at least 1 of those.
Yeah. Next map is one of them, I believe. I'm not sure which it is. I think it's T7.
Pretty surprising because I figured Rafa picked this map, and I'm surprised that Ray did not pick DM13 rather than T7.
He's got to add up how good is Rafa on DM13.
Does that really matter? I mean, when you're playing against Rafa, do you always think, okay, what map is Rafa weak on? Because I figure that he's not weak on anything. So
yeah,
you might as well pick your best map and hope for the best.
Yeah, true. I think you shut me up there.
But yeah, it could possibly be his logic. There's no telling.
I'd like to see Ray get a bit more into this map, though. I mean, he's not managed to get a frag, and Rafa, he's been okay, sort of keeping himself above the sort of 50 armor, 100 armor level. And yeah, Ray's sort of like, you know what, I'm not feeling it on this map. Let's go move on to the next one before you really start demoralizing, or start reducing my confidence.
Indeed, indeed. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. Sometimes I feel like GGing out is the best thing to do, because if it's just garbage time and you're not really doing anything in the map, it's just best not to continue. But at the same time, I'm dubious about the sportsman spirit in that. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, well, I think better not waste too much time, because for the viewers, do they want to see it when they know the winner already? I don't know. There's
yeah, certainly, I guess.
Cons.
It makes sense from a spectator's perspective not to want to watch a complete waste of time. Oh, these guys are not even going to wait. They're going to ready up straight away, and we're going into 27, which is the second map, which we believe is a race map.
Yes, my favorite map.
And off the spawn, I'm going to be following Rafa, who's actually got the spawn above the red, and he's trying to wonder if Ray is actually at the mega or the rail. He's decided to go for the yellow at the rail.
Yeah,
standard, very, very standard beginning to the map.
Very much. But Ray does have the LG, which is good, because if Rafa did go and take that rocket, he probably would have got a face load of lightning gun. So Rafa playing it safe there, and it's definitely working out for him. But he is going to give away this next red, I think. But he doesn't seem to be phased by that too much.
Yeah, I think he's going to be okay. I mean, the red is not going to do much for him, especially if he picks up the yellow and the shards. He's got 200 armor, so there's no point, trying to take a risk by staying for the red and taking damage. And he's got position on the Mega as well. I mean, is Ray up there switching on to him? I think he's at the Mega area, so...
Yeah. But
Ray wisely...
Trap.
He just decides, I don't want the Mega that much. Which I'm not sure about that decision, because that was the one advantage he had. And now Rafa's going to have the upper hand, so...
Nice rockets, though. They're
beautiful.
Whoa, and he returns one of his own, though. But they share rails as well, so the damage from both players, and very even stacks of them. Still nothing really splitting the two players. I don't think Ray noticed Rafa there. And
Ray's got to be careful. He's going to run out of ammo.
Nice. No, and Rafa hits it. That was a pretty close.
Was it just me, or did you have the feeling that the players are essentially mirroring each other in that fight? Entire fight.
It did. It was
like one person hits the rail, the other person hits the rail. Now it's Rafa, so he's gonna hit a rail now. No, he's not.
Oh no, he's actually just taking lots of rails, and Ray hits another. That was fantastic.
3 in a row, hat-trick for Ray and the frag.
Oh my god, and Rafa spawns with the rail shot, and then Ray's kind of regretting not having taken that red. But look at the direct grenades as well. There is even a...
Jesus.
Wow. Very unconventional.
What is going on in this game?
I don't know why Ray went over there, because it's still a while for Mega Health to spawn.
He's actually given away a lot of frags. I really don't think he wanted to be 3 frags down this early in the map.
Nice shot there. He should be able to get onto the red. He does make it. Oh, and Rafa going into the air. He is going to sort of pause that fight a little bit and going to resume a bit later on. He wants the yellow armor, but he's out of position a bit, and then takes a rocket.
Rafa, one more rail from Rafa, and I mean Rafa's going to be dead. Rafa playing it very cagey. He's going to have to play defensive for a while. Does get the Mega, wow. I guess Ray just did not have timing on the Mega, otherwise there's no way that he wouldn't have challenged for it. And Ray's taking a lot of damage, and this is all letting Rafa get his way back into the map. Oh my god, he might even find the frag in the next 10-15 seconds. So complete reversal of positions, and it's when you're playing against Rafa, you're not going to get too many windows of opportunity.
Yeah, so take the ones you've got and use it. But Rafa's backed off, and I think Ray's the one who's been stacking up more so than Rafa. Oh, and beautifully read by Rafa, and those rockets have absolutely destroyed him. Ray can't do much. He did good damage there, but just not enough. It seems like Rafa had it under control the whole time.
It's always risky going against someone with a rocket in this really small corridor, because once you get hit by one of those rockets, you're going to be bouncing around, and your aim is going to be off. He did manage to steal the red off the spawn though, so it's not all bad for Ray right now. And there's plenty of time to go to the Mega, and Rafa's going to be reduced to playing with the shards and one of the yellows possibly.
Yeah.
And where's Ray? He's actually pushing in for the red and takes a rail in the face for his troubles.
And again,
make that 2 rails.
He's going to pause his progress there with the stacking. I mean, he's doing okay there, considering 4 minutes in. Needs to avoid any damage here. But look at the aggression from Rafa. He suddenly just turns it on, and Ray doesn't really know what to do with himself. And again, he's good at the grenades. I like his grenades. He does get a...
Oh my god! He's like, I saw 2 nades coming straight at Rafa, and I was like, oh my god, he's gonna hit one of them. It's gonna hit him. I have no idea how he managed to avoid both.
Miraculous.
You see a complete reversal of situations. Rafa won, the one to charge in there, except this time Ray doesn't find the frag. 7-1. He's done a lot of damage, but he's given up a lot of frags, and 6 frags is like a lot of frags to try and make up on this map with 5 minutes.
Have you seen Rafa's accuracies at the moment?
Yeah, 76% rail. I wonder how many rails he's been attempting a decent number of rails as well, so that's pretty high.
Yeah, it's very good rail though.
Especially considering the fact that he's sitting on 57 ping. That's very, very high accuracies.
Definitely. And Mega Health about to be up. Rafa should get this without a problem. Easy peasy. And but Ray is in an okay position, but the chances for him to come back now are starting to slim. I think Ray's kind of had over-aggression syndrome. It's like what a lot of the players in the tournament have had already. We saw it with Cord versus Ray. And it's just something you do when you have the fear a little bit, I think. So I know when I play against players who are much better than me, I sometimes kind of forget about, you know, what I should really be doing, and I just think that attacking is the best solution. And I really think Ray should try and just avoid combat for a while, but it might be too late to do that already, to be honest.
It just seems surprising to me because I didn't, you know, as I said, it's not unexpected from the sort of players who don't really do well too much in tournaments, and they're like, you know, I'm in the semifinals of a tournament for the first time ever, so I need to make something happen.
Yeah.
But Ray's been in this situation. That's why it surprises me on this map. Yeah. I also know that he likes playing the more sort of slower, methodical style. That's a couple of really nice rockets from Ray, though, through the grate, and still going to be very, very tough for him.
I don't know, it feels like Ray's lost focus to the way he kind of played earlier. So, yeah, it's 9 frags now in 3 minutes. I mean, it's going to have to... I don't think it's possible, I'm afraid. And really, Rafa is in good shape at the moment. Has he been playing Publics recently? What has he been doing? I mean, how's he been keeping...
I think he's been in good shape. He's been playing with, you know, Dehang and Zerfor and those guys. But not like super practice mode, but he's been playing enough, I feel.
Yeah. That's just good to hear. I mean, maybe you think you'd be preparing for DreamHack already? Because I am...
That's what I was wondering. The one thing I was wondering, not from Rafa's side, I'm probably pretty sure that Rafa's going to be going regardless. What I was really interested in was the spike in activity from Dehang.
Yeah.
Because Dehang was practicing like crazy in the last 2-3 weeks.
No way. I saw him come onto a European server recently, and that kind of made me think, is Dehang active again? Because...
It certainly seems to be.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. And I think, you know, 32-player open tournament, if we can see maybe... If we could get 0-4, Dehang and Rafa over there, I think that would be pretty damn awesome. I don't know about any other American players who think, you know... But those three, to me, definitely have a good chance to make a big impact on the tournament. I don't know about any others.
You know what, I'm going to be extremely skeptical about 0-4 going. We haven't really seen 0-4 at any European land. I think his work life simply does not allow him to go away for that long, you know?
Yeah, fair.
It's kind of sad because he is, I would say he's probably, him, Rafa, and Dehang, as you said, top 3 players in America, easily challenged for a top 3 spot in any tournament, so
yeah.
A little bit sad that usually happens, 0-4 not going for European tournaments.
Yeah, that's a pity, and I'm sure Rafa, you know, always getting amazing results. But the thing is, we've seen lots of very similar people getting amazing results recently. I want to see someone new. Well, not someone new, someone who hasn't, you know, been top 3 in a while, or someone who hasn't ever been top 3 in a major LAN. I really want to see that happen in the tournament, and I'm nervous that it won't, but I think it would be really good for Quake if it did.
Yeah, to be honest, I can't really think of anyone who's a possible candidate for that. But in any case, we have about 1 minute left in the second map between Ray and Rafa. 11-3 is the score. It looks like Rafa's going to take it very comfortably. And I'm wondering what the next map is going to be. Possibly the last map in this grand finals.
Yeah. Ray's getting more frags though. He's just bringing it back a little bit, and Rafa letting him slip it. Although this is kind of dead time because it's not enough time for Ray to make it back. But he's getting frags, and he's, you know, for the mind game, he's probably feeling a little bit better.
Yeah,
Do you know
especially, you know, he's going up in straight LG to LG fights, so he's got to feel good about his aim, and about winning those fights and getting a frag.
It is DM6.
And who knows, you know.
Is DM6 the kind of map that Ray's going to be good at?
Ooh, I don't know about that. I think he's going to be... It's going to be just like Tourney 4. I don't think he's going to be in very good shape on DM6. I was really hoping that the next map would be DM13.
Oh my god, look at that. That is some...
Do you remember that game
accuracy.
that Rafa played against Strengths on Toxicity?
Yeah,
where he hit something like 70% rail and Strengths was like, what the fuck? That's not fair.
Does.
Yeah, 81% rail. Someone hitting that against you is just not fair.
Yeah, it really isn't. You know, file a complaint.
Vote.
And
Hacker. Use Rafa for hacking. Post some YouTube videos with some interesting music.
Vote
Yeah.
passed.
And put what is it? There's oh, I can't even remember what it is. Where you can
Let's
see
get CSIQL on the job.
This guy's not land proven at all.
No, he's a land dodger. What a bogus guy.
Do you think
Alright,
Ray
anyways.
is going to practice DM6 after today?
I don't know. Certainly hope so.
He's going to have to, though. Surely any player who's serious about making it to the finals of this event is going to have to seriously consider practicing DM6 and T4. There's no way, you know, they're giving up 2/5 of the map pool if they don't bother, basically.
Yeah, they're certainly going to have to. And not to mention, you know, DM6 has been out of the common map pools in tournaments for a long time, but we have seen 24 make its way in and out of the map pools quite a bit. So it might, you never know what tournament organizer decides to leave 24 in.
Yeah, that's true. Nice little plasma jump / LG. And here we go, map number 3. This is match point for Rafa on the CSN playQUAKELIVE
1.
points qualifier thing cup. Did I get it right?
Number 1.
That's the one.
More or less, more or less. And Rafa's actually got the spawn on the Mega. He's got the yellow and the LG as well. He should know that Ray is probably going to go for the rail.
Yeah, he doesn't want
Switching over to Ray. He did take the rail, manages to miss the rail on Rafa 2 times in a row. And Rafa's actually going to rocket jump up, set a defensive position on the red, which is a pretty good idea. Because if he had stuck on the lower side, you risk getting railed by Ray.
Yeah.
Is that 5 rail misses in a row from Ray?
I'm fearful that it is. I can't actually see, to be honest.
Which doesn't really bode well for him because he's out of control. The only advantage that he has is the fact that he has a railgun, and he's gonna have to utilize it to keep his distance from Rafa.
Yeah, he's still got 100 and 100 though. I mean, you can feel okay about that. That's a decent stack, and you can definitely challenge even someone who's on 200 with that, providing there's the right circumstances. But really, he can't afford to give away any damage, any unnecessary damage.
You can even see him sort of doubling back on those bounce pads, making sure that Rafa doesn't really have a good grasp of where his positioning is. And this is a reasonably good fight, but he's not hitting enough LG. Wow. So close, though. He'd actually gotten Rafa down to 28 health, so...
He hit 50% LG, Rafa hit 35.
This is not surprising. He had superior positioning, but it was just Rafa's, you know, slightly better stack coming through.
Yeah.
And, so, I mean, you can't really fault Ray's decision-making. It was just that that fight, the execution of it just went a little bit worse than he expected.
Oh, he wasn't expecting Rafa to be there. But, I don't know. It seemed like at Red, if Red spawned a second or 2 seconds earlier, then it would have been genius move by Ray, but it just wasn't the case, in my opinion. He needed to hit just that little bit more.
I mean, going up a jump pad against a fully sacked Rafa, not a good idea at all.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm afraid of is the fact that Rafa now has control, and I'm just not sure about Ray's capabilities in terms of staying out of Rafa's way long enough to, you know, try and build a stack up.
Yeah, I think Ray's might actually be worn down by this. The amount of energy it takes to, you know, duel a player like Rafa is just incredible. You know, maybe Rafa's gotten to him.
Certainly possible, and Rafa not even bothering to go for that yellow. Doesn't really care at this point. He's going to just set up for the red, and oh my god, what did a ton of damage onto Ray at the rocket launcher, utilizing his lightning gun. And I really don't know. I really don't know what Ray can do to challenge Rafa at this point. Rafa's just guessing every time Ray's positioning, and he's hitting the shots as well, so that's a hard combination to break.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Ray gets on Mega though, so he's managed to keep timing on that. But Rafa's the one getting damaged, so this could be a fight. Error from Rafa. Got a little bit too
that
excited.
was definitely a mistake from Rafa. There's no way that he should have dropped down into the Mega area. And The unfortunate thing for Ray is he's just got 4 health and he's not finding any bubbles as well. So
he's got to run. He finds a bubble and another one. It's okay now. It's not too bad.
let's see if he can survive long enough to pick either the Mega or the Red up. He should be able to get this Mega pretty comfortably. Oh my god, why is he going up again?
I don't know. Oh.
Maybe he anticipated Rafa rocket jumping. Just kind of good rocket onto Rafa. That's some good damage done. Sitting over Rafa. Rafa's actually still sitting on a 100 stack, and it's not even going to bother with the yellow. Going for the rail instead, which is a good decision for Rafa.
Yeah, Rafa needed that, especially if he's hitting 81% accuracy on the last map.
Well, he's not hitting 81%, but he's only hitting 40% and 38% LG.
Halfway there.
That's pedestrian. Pedestrian for Rafa standards. Come on, man.
Sort your life out. Ray's still in this, though. He's definitely still in this. And I mean,
I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction that Rafa's going to win this in the hope that, as usual, my prediction goes wrong and Ray actually makes a comeback. Maybe that'll do it.
Yeah, that's going to be it. The thing is, Ray still hasn't hit a single rail. How many rails has he shot? Only 6. It's not as bad as I thought. Ray still.
Rafa's actually just holding up. Oh, wow. That was close. Very close.
Ray didn't realise where he was until pretty much he landed on the floor, so he had to do a quick flip. Oh, really strange fights going on between the two players at the moment. But you know, every extra frag that Rafa gets, every sort of, the bigger the chances that Ray can't make it back in this. And I fear if Rafa gets to double digits, then it's going to be GG. And there's, you know, one more, and I'm thinking, I don't know.
Still at 37% LG. Misses the rail though, but he does have the red armor to fall back on. He's going to be cautious going for this 25 bubble, make sure that he hears Ray going for that rocket launcher before he drops down. And Ray's actually just started to rocket jump around.
And Rafa's just walking around at the moment. He's taking the scenic route.
Playing peekaboo.
Yeah.
Surprised he missed that rail. Oh, missed another one, so he's actually given up the red armor. He's heard Ray rocket jump. I think Ray missed the rocket jump, so he's still at bottom level. Got the Mega, and this is risky for Rafa. Wow, he's face full of shaft for Ray.
Yeah.
But Rafa's still very, very weak. This could be a frag if Ray plays it out right.
Could be, but oh, I think that was direct, that rocket. It doesn't look good.
Oh,
and
wow.
There it is. I think that...
That was a mid-air too, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there.
Rafa's just hitting everything.
And there's a
Pushing
crater.
Ray off.
That's going to be demotivating.
Well,
there.
at least you didn't go into the negatives, right?
Yeah. Well, he can't make it happen again then, can he? Nice rail. Whoa!
Is he gonna crater? No!
Wow, he
In
gets
fact, he
back.
finds the frag.
Rafa wanted to hit another rocket there. He was trying to set... Damn it, I don't have any more ammo. And Rafa's going to take the frag once more. So 3 minutes left, and to be honest, I'm thinking this is dead time. Rafa's got
Yeah, this is pretty much it. Rafa extending his lead to 11 frags. This is a good run by Ray, though, you gotta say.
Yeah.
I think he just got stuck, you know, unfortunately for him, he just got stuck on maps that he just doesn't seem to be as familiar with as, say, his favorite maps like ZTN or TM13.
I think...
and that's...
Rafa did that to him on purpose, I think. He didn't want...
Yeah.
He wanted that win. But
And as you mentioned, you know, what Ray doesn't want is for people to see this game and then just go, okay, you know what, if I play Ray in the next tournament, I'm just going to pick these maps.
Yeah.
That's something he just really doesn't want to happen, so he should really put in some practice time on these maps.
I think he's going to. I think he'll definitely offer that. And Rafa getting a nice frag there. But you know, Ray's going to enjoy $20. He can buy himself, I don't know, what costs $20?
A couple of WMOs.
Yeah, he can do that. Save them up. They might be antiques one day. Sell them for $20 each then. And Rafa with the $40 as well. And more importantly, for both players, they've got lots of points to help them make their way towards the finals. And there is the...
Which is going to it's going to be good because I do expect both these players. I mean, certainly Rafa, you're almost sure is going to be there at the finals, and I would expect Ray to be there as well, irrespective of how many others sign up for the subsequent qualifying cups.
How many people are qualifying? Is it 16 players in the final?
I think it might be 8.
Oh, really? Could be
And
tense,
I'm
then.
not.
Could be tense.
Yeah.
But he's going to keep playing it, and I think the fact that he's got the head start to maybe some other players like Chaotic, Starhand, Chance, Destruct, he's got the good points in early, so I really think if he keeps playing the rest of the qualifiers, he's probably going to secure himself a place there. And, you know, Rafa, well, he might not even need to play all of them. He could probably get away with playing maybe 3 of the tournaments and just scoring highly there.
Very possibly just even 2. If he wins 2, that could just be enough.